Hey everybody, welcome back to Lanes.
Some things never change, I guess.
Caught us at the tail end,
Oh, some things
so
don't
to
change.
speak. So to speak. Oh man, hey, we're in double digits, you guys. We did it.
Yeah.
Is this episode 10? Yay. Nice.
We're a full season now.
Yeah,
6 seasons in a movie.
we're a real show.
We're Firefly status. So, like, if it were canceled next week, people will be like,
Oh, I'm sad.
Blade's the one that got away. Maybe they'll make a one shot one time.
Yeah, we'll have to have 2 like forgotten secret episodes that we release later.
Yeah.
They need to make another Serenity movie, by the way. That was
Lackluster
really good,
movie
too.
that
The Serenity movie?
Yeah, so good.
So good.
Yeah, super
Except
good.
for one major thing, but, you know.
What?
The guy dying.
Yeah, Wash.
Yeah.
It's like a 15-year-old movie. People can't. We're out of it.
I couldn't remember his name also. I'm bad at names.
got to
Well,
meet that guy.
Yeah, remember?
Oh,
did?
you
Nice.
met Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Right.
Met him in New York. It was great.
He seems like a cool guy.
He was totally cool. Very cool guy. He
He's
like
a droid, man.
I took a selfie with him and he made a face like, oh. It was great.
Yeah, he's K2, right? And
Yeah.
he's also the robot in iRobot. The main.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He
Yeah.
was he was actually there, you guys, to promote his show called Con Man. And
Oh, it's Nathan Fillion, right?
it's what?
It's
With Nathan Fillion, yes. And
Yeah.
it is actually about a fictitious Firefly that gets canceled and his sort of quest through the convention line. He goes to all the famous conventions, and it's like he not only is playing this character that is like beloved and whatever, and he's trying to get it back going, and Nathan Fillion is like moved on to his other shit, but it's like it's all parallel to reality, and it's really fucking fantastic. So
You ever heard the story of how they canceled that show?
what?
It's actually really sad.
What?
They were told by surprise, like none of them were prepared for it. They were told at the Christmas party. They were on like the Christmas break, and
Oh Jesus!
What?
when everybody's at the party, and then they came out. They're like, "Oh, by the way, show's not going to be going back anymore." That's why
Maybe
they
they were
not
like,
to wrap up at all or anything.
they're like happy, so
One
now's a good time
thing-
to tell them.
Thanks everyone for coming. Bands, you've been amazing. One final announcement before we go into the new year, guys. The show is over.
None of
Some
you
of
have
you
jobs
move on
anymore.
to greater things, certainly, but we just weren't hitting those rating points that we needed to hit.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, everyone. By the way, grab a gift bag on the way out.
Grab and set pieces.
Got all your stuff in your locker.
Set pieces, just whatever. Just grab anything.
Costume.
We don't need
Josh,
it
can
anymore.
we have a talk with you, by the way? Like, come.
The best example of this, though, for me is, and one of the best shows of all time, absolutely, is Arrested Development. The whole latter half of the last season, well, the last season before the remake on Netflix, which was not super great by their standards, was so funny. They made so many fourth wall breaking jokes about, like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Because their show's
Yeah,
getting
about
canceled,
networks
and who's
picking
getting
them up.
canceled? What's that?
About
Yeah.
networks picking them up and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, can we go to HBO? And they're like and they have a different acronym for HBO.
Yeah.
And to think we now live in a world where that virtually will never happen again, because we have independent networks that pick up original content and are specifically looking for like original content. So there's actually one really interesting show, because there's one called The Returned on Netflix, and
Yeah.
I watched 7 episodes of this fucking show before someone told me that it wasn't a Netflix original, because they do really good at like sort of branding and almost hiding the fact that it sort of is but not, and B, then like it gets to the science side of it, where if enough people watch this show and it's like decent but it got canceled on its network, then they'll turn around and they'll just make a season of it, right? Like that would never, like Firefly in this day and age would have immediately fucking whether it is,
Mm.
Hulu or Netflix or one of the, legendary or someone picks it up for digital distribution.
Yeah.
Amazon, like there's any number out there. And actually, like not but like Grand Tour is a great example of that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like that'll never happen again, and that's kind of crazy to think about that. That like those franchises are probably lost in that black hole to never, because they can't revive Firefly with a different cast. They just can't do it. It would.
I don't.
So.
Oh yeah. Well, plus
they can.
Like the long lifespan of these shows, I think.
You shut up, Zeke.
Well,
Don't care.
funny that you say that, because William H. Macy, I think he was on like Conan like years ago, and he goes, no one's irreplaceable. Like no actor is completely irreplaceable. Like if you get to a certain like skill level, like you can be replaced by another person that's of similar skill, and it'd be just fine. Like there's certain roles that you can't imagine somebody else doing, but if they did it and they did a good job, then you're wrong.
You know what? After Logan with Hugh Jackman, we'll see.
Yeah.
Someone else can play Wolverine.
Yeah, man.
We'll fucking see it. I doubt it.
I was, that's like pretty interesting. Because I do think people, an audience, make a connection with some content, but then I was thinking about like The Daily Show, where I think Trevor Noah is like phenomenal. He's an amazing man. But right, everyone was like, "Oh, who can fill those shoes?" Right, but eventually, people made a different connection. So I don't know. Maybe harder in something like a sitcom where it's like, you were literally a girl with blonde hair last episode, and now you're a freckled, 5-year-older teenage girl. Like, what happened here?
Ashton Kutcher, just straight up. They're like, yeah. It's like 2.5 feet taller, completely different human being. That's him. That was weird. I didn't watch that show, but when I saw that happen, I was like, wow.
I didn't watch it either.
For the back.
That's happened in Game of Thrones a couple of times. They just replace people.
Yep.
And it's like somebody who looks completely different. And I'm like, who is that supposed to be? And then they call them by the name, and I'm just like, what? They don't even look similar at all.
Yeah, they got Shaquille O'Neal to play Tyrion Lannister.
Well, the Giantsbane guy is now in a few movies, or not Giantsbane, but whatever. The guy that is one of Daenerys' lovers.
Yeah. The second sons.
Dario.
He was in Dead.
Yeah, Dario.
Like that.
He was like the smarmy blonde dude before.
Yeah, that was weird.
Anyway,
I think. Yeah, I don't know.
I watched a good movie this weekend. If you're into horror, it's definitely one worth checking out, and it's on Netflix. Anyone in? Anyone down?
Yes.
Anyone down?
What is it?
It is a 2.5-hour Korean horror movie called The Wailing. And not
Is
only
it about whaling?
No, it is like, I guess you could say wailing as in maybe a ghost, but it is certainly a sort of supernatural horror that also just has you fucking guessing until the very last second of the movie. Like, it's fucking amazing. Really well done. Check it out. The Wailing.
Nice.
Yeah. 2.5 hours of subtitles is, it's like a journey, but it's totally, you what?
You get used to it, I think. I find with subtitles.
Yeah, I don't mind it. We do subtitles on everything, so that's pretty much easier.
I was just gonna say that. I was over at JP's house for this, the end of the year thing, and we were watching a movie, and I was like, "This is in English, dude. Why are there subtitles?" He's like, "So I know exactly what they're saying." I was like,
"Yeah."
Some people just watch every single movie and put subtitles on.
We went on the last ship we went on, the last Disney cruise we went on. We saw Moana with subtitles, and it was fucking amazing. It was the best. I was like, I wish I could go to every fucking, because it was a musical too. So I'm like, I know every word to this fucking song. By the time Jeff's laughing, he's like, oh man, I can't wait until. So I know I could not. I know I sound really stupid right now, but man, I was so fucking stoked. I love it. I honestly wish I could see every movie.
Do you feel like you see a lot of movies you don't know what the fuck they're saying? Really?
Yeah.
Different experiences, Marcus.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's definitely, like, I hate to watch a horror movie with fucking subtitles, right? Because if that subtitle isn't perfect and you see Scream before something happened, like, there, you know, but there's definitely, I want subtitles. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I know what someone's getting for Christmas.
What? What do you get someone who likes subtitles for Christmas?
Subtitles in all their movies, my friend. I'm sure there's a
No,
program.
yeah, you should watch watch 10 movies and then you provide the subtitles of what you think they're saying. Like all foreign language films though. Like all foreign language films, and just be like, it looks like he's saying something about the tea that he just got served. Oh, now he's screaming about something.
You're so attractive that she walks by and you're like, never mind, that's not what he said at all. It's I hope you stay.
Yeah, sorry. I like those. Good job, JP.
Oh, that's good. This weekend I went to Utah, saw some family, and just hung out there with some bulldogs and stuff. It was really fun. Didn't get to do anything super really cool. But then I came home, and Anna and I have been flying through this season of Sister Wives. And let me tell you, the drama is real.
Are you being serious right now?
We watch the shit out of that, Marcus. We really do. It's the worst fucking show you could possibly watch. And I wouldn't even say we're roped in. It's one of those things where you're just like, you're committed.
Give me the 2-line on Sister Wives. What is that?
It's a show about a family that originated in Utah. They're a polygamous family.
Okay, is this the one that just had the scandal?
Well, don't spoil it, Marcus. We're on season 5 or something. There's a scandal? I can't wait.
Wait, you're on season 5?
I don't know, man. This whole season's about them getting into their 4 fucking houses before Christmas, and that's all they talk about. It's
got that weird looking guy, and he's the husband.
Well, I don't know if he's weird looking. He's a normal looking guy. They're normal people.
Okay.
They just have 4.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's normal. I don't know. I just yeah, sure.
It's a terrible show.
Now, you say terrible. Is it like True Blood season 4 terrible?
Yes.
Well, but it's like reality TV,
Blood
right?
season 5 terrible.
No, let me tell you. So the brand of terrible they have is every commercial break is a soundbite that may or may not actually even be from that episode of them being like, and I don't know if we're even going to be able to do it. And then it gets to the part where it's like them talking about how they may or may not even be a family, and they're just like, well, I mean, it's some crazy idea, like we may not be a family, and then that's stupid, and then they move on. And that was the fucking hanger. That was the stinger. Like, they have the most shameless editing ever. Like, they'll be them crawling and be like, I don't know if we're going to be able to keep the houses. And then the next 5 seconds fucking later, hey, guys, you got the houses. And like, oh, thank God. That was really... We were stressed.
It's like clickbait.
It's a show of clickbait. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Man, shut up about the spoilers. No one's gonna watch this show. Shut the fuck up.
People watch
Watching the show. You're not in it for the story, man. You're in it for the experience of actually.
I get it because I watch Gold Diggers in the same way, and I mean, like, I'm just gonna do it, right? Because we're watching the VOD right there on like cable, whatever, or wherever it's, and like the in between the commercials. And right now, you know, like Parker, he's fucking doing all this hard work with his grandpa, and you can tell they have this amazing relationship. And then they're like, this season on Gold Diggers, Parker deals with the loss of his grandpa, and he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without my grandpa. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. I get it. I feel you. I
just complained about on like Netflix when Netflix episode descriptions like spoil what's gonna happen. Oh, that's the worst. I was watching this show where like someone was assumed to be dead, and then the next episode I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get a drink, and I paused it, and the thing comes up on the screen that's like, this person talks to this person. I'm like, she was dead. What? How is she talking?
Dude.
And now it's like, well, she's not dead apparently. I hate that.
The best one of this ever, in my opinion. If you watch The Blacklist and you don't want to be spoiled, shut up. You know, turn your ears off now. I only watch it on Netflix, so I'm not even. If there's a season going right now, I haven't watched it. But the funniest ever is they build up to this the main character dies, and you're like, oh my god, what a bold move! Like, where are they going to go with this? But part of me is like, I don't know if I believe it. But then the description for the next episode is that fucking chick like reemerges, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, 0 seconds of tension. There was none of it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It actually speaks to, in a lot of cases, the audience itself, and I think one of the dumbest things in television, and I fucking hate it, is it's like they're like, this season on blah, and then they show like 5 minutes of what they're about. It's like, I fucking waited 3 months to watch this show. Like, back the fuck off a little bit. Like,
it's the X-Files factor, because they actually fucking took Mulder and removed him from the show for like 1.5 seasons. It was obviously like acting and other things on the side, but they end a season with he's gone and missing, and people are like, well, season premiere, he'll be back, right? No, motherfucker. An entire season of them looking and him making like 2 appearances. And that was the beginning and then the show. Like the ratings plummeted, and they went on for another 1 or 2 seasons, and that was it.
Wasn't that because he was mad at them though?
Yeah, there was stupid drama and stuff, but they actually had him out of the show, is what I'm saying.
Terminator couldn't do it, man. The T-1000.
No, he was good on that show too, but he was not.
I actually did like him.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Honest.
His partner was not X-Files. What's her name? It was like,
yeah,
it wasn't worse, but it was just a very different tone, and they tried to do like the reluctant love story that is Mulder and Scully, and that too was like, no.
Yeah, that Peter. It's like, you can't give 6 seasons and then like just turn it on like that. Like, nah.
I got a plugin for Chrome. Speaking of Netflix spoilers, it blurs out the synopsis.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's I can tell you.
Does it do it like per episode too?
It's called Flix Plus with an X.
The last time I watched something on Netflix
legit.
via a browser was like years ago.
I only ever watch on my computer, so
I
hide spoilers, ratings, and more. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I've actually changed my setup so I can just like move my browser to my television just so I can use this.
Yeah, that's nice.
With only 1x though, and the lack of lead speak, is it really trustworthy?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it has all these settings. You can tell it to like not show you the.
It's like an actual logo.
Yeah, it's like a little popcorn, or no, it's a little.
I don't trust it.
Movie clacker.
Yeah.
I don't trust it.
It's actually like a Chinese spy program.
Dark magic. Before we get into the show, I do want to ask you guys how everyone, because I'm getting the biggest kick of this, and actually a little bit behind the scenes for everybody else. We were giggling because we made a penis joke at the beginning of the show, but I'm getting the giggles because right now, this show Conan, this game rather, Conan, which is like pretty shamelessly a ripoff from like, everything's a ripoff these days, but it's Ark.
It's a survival game, yeah.
Minecraft, yeah.
Can we call it Conan? Because Conan O'Brien fucked that all up for everybody.
Okay.
It's Conan the Barbarian.
I thought it's really funny and like actually there's my favorite though. I just like to be an outside witness, and there's people who are like, one of my favorites is a couple of my friends that I follow on Twitter and stuff like that. Were like, finally, they're like, you know what? There's been boobs in games. You know what there hasn't been enough of? Penis. We need more penis in games. And I'm like, yeah, there are people out there that need that. And that was funny to me. Not like funny, I'm smarter and better than them funny, but just like, hey, we're discussing how we need more dongs in games. That's interesting. But then my favorite group of people, and this I am looking down on a little bit, and that's fine. We all judge each other, was the group of people that are like, I'm pissed. Look, a man with his shirt off, sure. But a man with his pants off? I'm emailing the governor right now. I hope this game goes mega big, because that's what I want. I want CNBC covering Conan's dick that's going on right now in that game. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I think the term dong slider was mentioned in my chat a couple times today.
Oh, you're playing it then, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't give a fuck about survival games at all.
None of us are playing it, are they? We're all not playing it?
I obviously can't speak on behalf of Twitch, but my own personal opinion is that I just wish that like fucking people weren't such prudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like, I mean, we could go into how many hours of talking about the way that our society specifically
Oh yeah.
looks at sexuality and is like, no, like,
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
a guy whose head gets smashed in on TV, but
Yet it's
Like-
available in 2 clicks via
Yeah.
any wireless device. It's just like,
Yeah.
people, can we wake the fuck up and stop banning 7 countries from entering the United States, but, like, care about fucking titties and dongs and
Dude.
like whatever,
Yeah.
just like, Jesus fucking Christ, people, like.
One of my favorite philosophers in college was Foucault, and he wrote "We the Victorians," and the TLDR basically is that it kind of goes into Western society's demonization of sexuality and how it was, again, not going to go too far into this, but like it's actually a kind of a classist act. It's a way to kind of oppress the middle and below. But it's like continued through, it's echoed throughout all Western society to now, where like Ann just said, it's the funniest thing to me. A movie will be PG-13, hundreds of people getting gutted, shot, stabbed, killed, whatever. But they're allotted like 2 F-bombs, or 1, I think it is legally, several shits, and then I'll tell you what, if there's a nipple in there, it better be for less than 5 seconds, because Jesus, that'll
Or on
really
a man.
boil up asses.
it's okay if
Great.
it's a guy's nipple, though. That's
Oh,
fine.
guys' nipples are fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for in, I think even below that, it actually factors into the ratings. Like, you can show cartoon male nipples, but I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it's really weird to me.
It's really
The priorities are very strange, yeah.
There's a great documentary about the MPAA in particular, but about the topic in general. This movie has not yet been rated, I think is what's called.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. It's actually like a few years. It's quite old.
Yeah, it's several
but
years
it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
kind of
don't go
ridiculous.
into the social stuff quite as much that Jeff's talking about, but it ends up being about that because of they sort of expose what's really behind that stuff. And yeah, it's great.
I like it.
Anyway,
So, John,
Z.
what's new with you? There's some big things happening with you. I'm sure that you want to
know
talk
what?
about them.
Can we hold on 1 second? I was just certain that the moment there was an opportunity to talk about dongs, you would, definitely get in on that conversation, and you just kind of like, just,
Blades in the Dark is actually a
is this?
penis.
See, I feel
It's
like this is the dropped frames prediction show where, like, when Zeke doesn't comment on something, then that means that he's saving it for dropped frames because it's going to be a topic of discussion. It's happened like 3 times now.
No.
Can you-
It's not
can you
that. It's
defend
not that.
yourself?
You guys are making very good points, and you're talking a lot about it. I just don't want to, for lack of a better word, elongate the conversation.
Oh, God.
God.
So he uses the time to give a real. You know what? That was very Ezekiel the Third like, and you know what? Fuck you. I love you.
No, listen. I could talk about
very
donks all day, but this is.
I know. I was
This is
just
my.
giving you shit anyway.
No, I know. This is my church though. Like role playing is my time to feel like spiritual. Like I very rarely in this life get to feel like this is where I really belong, and role playing is one of them. So I kind of climb up a little bit.
I get it.
I like that Zeke was like, John, tell us about your accomplishments. We're really excited to hear about your accomplishments. And Weed is like, wait a minute. We didn't talk about penises enough. We got to go back to that.
It all goes back to
Yes,
that
hold on,
flute
hold on.
thing, and just
Let me get out my notepad. Tell me more, Weed. How's your relationship with your mother? This is good.
How do you know we're not going to talk about penis accomplishments? Maybe that's what I was about to talk about.
how what?
That's
Wait,
true.
Oh, maybe you were. Maybe you were. And then Zeke was going to comment. All right, I get it. I get it, guys. I'll shut up now.
All right, tell us about 8.0, John.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So that's what happened with me. The final. I only put that in quotes because we are still fixing typos, but final version of Blades is out, and people have grabbed it and are jumping in and pre-ordering books and everything. It's pretty great.
Awesome.
I'm very, very
Wait a
excited.
minute. Are we still talking about donks? Like because you said it's out and people just grabbed it. There you go, Wheat. You happy?
There you go.
Had to do
So
it.
like,
God.
I have
Had
a
to
question
do
for you
it.
then. Is
Yeah.
game design in the way that you're doing it, is it still kind of similar to like, Overwatch, they put out patches like every week or whatever? And is that kind of how you're going to be for a while now? Like just continually putting out like little patches along the way, or?
That's kind of what we've been doing up to now.
Mhm.
For the last year plus. There's been like, up to 8, versions essentially of these patches. There probably won't be any more in that sense. In the video game sense, where we're like tweaking how much damage something does, or
Right.
the speed of a character, that kind of stuff, like rules changes and things. There won't be any more of that. Once the typos are done, that'll basically be it. But there's a lot of kind of content patches, you might think of it that way, where there's going to be additional supplement about playing the blue coats. So if you want to play cops in the setting, that's like a content update that'll happen this coming year. And there's a content update for Leviathan Hunters. You can play a crew of a Leviathan Hunter ship out at sea. And so there'll be kind of like those type of sort of DLC-ish type things. And some of those will have like some rules tweaks. Like, when you play the cops, you don't level up the same way as criminals do. And the way that rep works is a little different, and blah, blah, blah. So,
How much does player feedback come into play with it? Because I imagine you obviously are doing a lot of play testing, and you have but how much is like other people playing and giving you feedback goes into that?
it's pretty huge. That's the way my process is. Like I ran the game for a couple of years in my home group, and developed it like on a weekly kind of release cycle with them, where we'd play and then I'd mess with stuff and play and mess with stuff, and we just kept building it that way. And then after the Kickstarter launch, we got, hundreds of more play groups added to that pool. And over the year or so, they just had tons of feedback and lots of stress testing, stuff that it's hard to do as a single group, like you see, it's like kind of like a video game launch. You like launch your multiplayer game and you see what your actual server load needs are and all that. And it's a little bit like that, where you kind of get this initial influx. And also the way other game groups deal with the material is different from us. Like, maybe we thought about, doing X, Y, or Z, and some other groups figured it out. So it's been a really, I won't call it collaborative exactly, because I think designing by like committee is obviously pretty bad, but there's been a huge amount of user feedback in this cycle. Yeah, it's been great. It's made the game so much better. I'm not going to go back again. Like the next big game project I do will probably use the same system of like kind of a 80% game on Kickstarter and then finishing it with the community, because it's been so good that way.
Nice.
Yeah, really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where can they get it?
Right now you can go to bladesinthedark.backerkit.com, and that will get you there. We can put a link in chat too. I think there's like a direct link, so you can skip over the page there to get to the actual page where you buy stuff. That's if you want to get the physical book. You can pre-order like the hardcover and get it as a book, or you can go to DriveThruRPG to get the PDF. And if you buy a physical book, you get the PDF also. They come together. So
Very cool.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah, thanks so much to you guys for playing and spreading the word and making the game look cool to everybody out there. It's all good.
I mean, I kind of like it. It's like, okay.
It's okay.
Pretty fun.
I was gonna like add. We don't have to try very hard to make it look cool,
It's no made RPG, but it's
Nothing really is.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Maybe we should play it.
Yeah,
Let's go. Woohoo!
Are we? So the big question is: are we diving right into 8.0, or is it going to be? How's that working out?
Yeah, we are going to switch over, but because of my commitment to publishing the game this week, I didn't have time to update all your character sheets.
Of course.
So, next time we will have everything switched over I'll do that behind the scenes, and then we'll probably just talk about it briefly next time before we play. There aren't going to be a lot of big changes for your characters. There's a few tweaks here and there, but nothing too huge. It'll impact the leveling of the crew, like how you go up in tier and stuff, but we haven't really done that yet, so we're not going to have to undo anything or do anything strange. And in general, I kind of don't want to go backwards at all, like as much as we can to kind of keep the characters as they are. I think that's probably what we should do. So we're not like, well, you don't have that anymore because the rules changed. Like that would be dumb. So we'll basically keep the characters as they are, but you'll have new options going forward in some cases, and some of the powers will be tweaked slightly.
Cool.
Yeah, but nothing huge. Nothing huge.
Can't wait to see changelog.
Yeah, seriously. Me too. I've been doing changelogs all up to this version, and this one I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Just to write the changelog. But one thing we didn't do from last time is crew XP, so I don't want to forget that. Don't want you guys to miss out. So maybe we should do that first.
Okay.
Get that out of the way. Bring up the sheet here. Somebody wants to keep track.
Yep, I got it.
And let me pull up your crew. So did you guys, this is an interesting question, I think, this time. The crew question about committing an assassination or kidnapping or etc. So those things happened last time. Is it a crew thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acting on behalf of the crew.
That was my question. Like, how are we drawing the line there? And I think
if I would have kept it secret, that'd be one thing. But I told him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell the group at large that she's dead and stuff. I told them that it could happen, and then I went off and did it.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I guess that depends on. I mean, because he didn't tell us. You also didn't tell us about the book thing that was just between you and Aldo.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't specifically about the murder. I don't think that he actually told the rest of us.
No.
Yeah, he didn't. I think because Myth was following her, like you probably got some sense of something serious going down.
Right.
Maybe enough to draw that conclusion. You know, like, oh yeah, okay. Like you don't know for a fact that he killed her, but you probably got enough of a vibe from Myth's presence to make an assumption that that's what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna
I could have taken steps to hide it, and I didn't. I think that would be in contention with.
Yeah, if you had been like, I know Myth is here, so I'm gonna do this and something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Totally. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So it's one for that. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. You guys are professional and merciless, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would vote for that. I would say that for sure, like having that guy be discovered in a chair with a note that he wrote, you know, for his wife. I think that's pretty merciless. And there's no blood, no nothing, just a quick out.
Wait, yeah, that's true. We did kill 2 people last. If we're counting Grace as like a crew assassination, we did kill 2 people last time.
Yeah, it's up to you guys how you feel about the blue coat. If that was a last word killing, or maybe that's not how you count things. Maybe.
Yeah, if we were pseudo hired for it.
Yeah, you were.
We were all there.
Yeah, take 2 for that then.
Okie dokie.
Pop.
Reputation, yes, and you like you said, you left the note, so I think that definitely ties in well for your reputation.
Yep.
Contend with challenges above your current station. You guys are still in the zone. Blue coats are above you, so that he counts for that. I think Grace was higher tier as well.
I'd imagine.
Or well, she was technically, but like she alone is not higher tier than you. Like her kind of network was, but killing her 1-1, it was not. Oh, well, I guess it does count though, because Careless actually went into a space where she was powerful and challenged her there. So it would have gone super bad for him if that had gone poorly. So yeah,
if you guys read the thread, John was saying if I would have rolled anything but a 6, actually, like me versus a horde.
I was looking forward to the awesome Careless Firm parkour escape. But
I like when I have a plan and I think it's all cool, and then the dice have other plans. Like not that time, but I totally in my head imagined just like a Dexter episode, taking her off. She wakes up, dead. But it could have just been like, "Yo, Grace, this shit's poison."
I was talking to last night. I went out with some people. We were talking about blades and just the game and everything, and setting the position and doing devil's bargains. And somebody said, like, yeah, I've noticed like you get into this groove where on the show where you're about to discuss options, and Jeff's like, I already rolled, I got a 6.
Yeah.
Before there's any, like, he doesn't even know what the risks are yet. He's just like, no, I already rolled, it's good, fine, whatever. don't
We
tell
do
me
that a lot. That was like the electricity thing, and I was just like, yeah, sure, click, and then it was like, yeah, you could have died. And I'm like, oh, okay, well.
Oh, well, okay.
Maybe we should be more careful.
Just fine. Just keep rolling 6s. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
All right, so you're giving us 2 for the.
Well, yeah, 2 for that.
Okay.
I think
For the challenge. Okay, so that is 5 more total.
Okay, and the last one.
We have a full one already.
Yeah. We had full
How
crew
this doesn't level us up?
We had a crew advancement. Yes, that was we had not allocated yet because we were talking.
You hadn't spent. Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to do it in like the training and resolve, so we have insight, prowess, and resolve, or put the thing in personal training, so anytime we train something personally, we get 2.
Also enough.
Right.
What do you guys want?
But my OCD says I want all 3 of them to be filled out, and not just have the resolve hang in there.
Well, so you get. If you get an upgrade for your thing, then you get two upgrades. You could get resolve and personal. You could get both.
Oh, really?
Or you can get 1 special ability from the special ability list. Yeah.
So that would be resolve and our playbook. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah. Personal training is for your playbook.
Right. So every time we train, it would be 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
No matter.
I mean, that sounds good to me. Resolve is the one that I like because it's the tune one.
Yeah.
And I just need it because it's low for me, and it would help.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do that?
I'm down.
Yep.
Yeah. So is that just a dot and resolve is what we get?
You get no. You get the crew upgrade for resolve and personal training.
It just means that when we use our downtime to train, we get 2 instead of 1 for
Across
both
the board.
resolve and playbook and prowess and insight now.
Got it.
For all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That makes it easier to remember also.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Now it's 2 every time you train, no matter what.
Whoa, my sheet's weird. My stress is showing up as nothing.
What?
Okay, so we've spent that. Now we have 5 more dots. Okay, now my question to you is, how can we up our tier so people know not to fuck with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
So-
been tier 0 forever.
Your rep is gonna just has ticked over, as I recall. Let me check the sheet.
We're
Yeah,
missing 2. It looks like.
No. Did I click it off or something?
Maybe at break you can look at my sheet, but my stress is it's all white. So I mean, I'll just play the rest of the game without being able to take stress, and I'm pretty cool with that, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not that big a deal in the game. Stress, whatever.
Sure, let's do a devil's bargain. Why the fuck not?
What do you think it was?
It was 3 or 4. It's not that I'm worried about. It's just that I can't keep track of it.
Oh,
I'm
it
sure it's
won't
just a
let you
graphic
click it all.
I can see you changing it on my screen, so I don't know. Maybe you just
I'm sure I'll just F5 it or whatever, and it's fine.
It says you have 7 right now. That's what I see. But
Well, that's not true. I did a double resolve on Grace's dead body, and I was down to like a 3 or 4. I think it's a 3 because I did a 3 and a 1 or something like that from 7.
Okay, one thing at a time here. We have one more XP thing to express the drives inner conflict of the crew, which I think we definitely had last time.
Yeah.
We had some "you lied to me" stuff going down.
Fuck yeah, man.
That was pretty important.
That was really intense.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here watching both of you guys do this, and I was just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like,
Well, that's the thing, like, dude, it would be
I was like,
hell of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, chat. Chat remembers. You have 3 stress, Jeff.
Oh, thank you, Chad.
Yeah, that was intense. I think you guys should take 2 for that. I mean, that was like a potentially crew breaking situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him being like, you can kill me if you want to try. Like, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, straight to your face, I just lied to you, by the way, about this thing that is like really important to you.
Well, that's number 2 that it's lied directly to my fucking face.
That's true. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Honest Rune.
Oh, chat. God, chat, you're so good. He reduced to 3. He pushed himself with Aldo, so it's 5. Chat, on the ball.
Oh, chat.
Look at you. Beautiful chat. I love you.
Beautiful.
Wait, you said I pushed it?
You pushed yourself with Aldo to get a bonus die. When you were,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I only had, I only had 1 or
You
whatever.
didn't have any sway dice, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'll push myself to get 1. Yep. Chat MVP. NA. Cool. So that's all right.
2 more for crew advancement?
2 more. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we are 1 away from filling it up one more time.
Man.
Sweet.
Crew
Wow.
execution. So back to the rep situation. So especially because things are about to change, and I don't want to make it like super messy and weird. So you guys are filling your rep track full. Because of the way the rules are changing, I think it's okay for us to do this. It's a little bit fudgy, but I think it's better than like essentially resetting and making things really difficult. Like we've played 10 sessions, and I don't want it to be like, well, now it takes longer. That's going to be dumb. So I think what we should do is, if you want to, now that your rep's full, you can, spend all your rep essentially. And you'll have to spend coin as well to go up in tier from 0 to 1. Usually there's some intermediary steps and stuff, but again, like because the rules are changing, I'm giving you guys like just a little push. After 10 sessions, I don't want it to turn into this like crazy re-slog to get back to this position. So
Okay. How much coin?
it is. Let me pull it up here so I get the right number. It is your new tier times 8, so it'll be 8 coin to go to tier 1.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How much do we have?
8 in the vault, in the coin in the vault. Yep.
Well, and can we talk a little bit about the tier? Because I recall. What are you talking about? I would give up coin to make sure we put some back in the vault if we need. Can we talk about what the tier, right? Because there's pros and there's some cons too, right?
Kind of, yeah. So tier is what you roll for some things, like when you acquire an asset, for instance, you roll your tier. So
Our
it makes
engagement
I
roll.
can see like
it factors into engagement. Yes.
Marcus playing a game of like Diablo or Dota or something like that, and like you've leveled up, and he's like, now hold on, before we level up, we need to see. Is there options to not level up? Is there somewhere I can look where I'm not sure if I want to level up?
Level 2 actually better than level 1? Be straight.
Yeah,
with you.
I'm not.
Hold on a second. I would like
downside-
to quote our own DM a few weeks ago where
You're
he
right.
said, hey, you may want to think twice about going. And so I am only from the guy who wrote those lines of code, Jeff,
Fair enough.
to comment and not, there we go. I'm following up on an inquiry.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your attention to detail in these trying times.
Okay.
the pseudo drawback is the XP sort of hose that you guys have available, which is pretty much you're always the underdog. And so as you tier up, that will start to not be true anymore, right?
Mhm.
Like there's plenty of tier 1 crews out there and factions, so getting XP for tangling with them.
Well, shit. I think that's a good thing. I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's what we need to bond as a team. We need to celebrate the recognition that our crew is getting.
Well,
They named a fucking bar after us, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Also, the tier up is, don't we need that in order to like more like up our chances of success against like Spurlock or Skurlock or whatever his name is?
Exactly. Yeah.
I have it written down.
I'm to blame for that, by the way.
Yeah.
It is Skurlock with a
His
C.
name was understood, then I started saying the like opposite.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the reason why I'm confusing it is because of fucking Young Guns.
Oh,
Because Doc Spurlock is his name.
me too.
Yeah, great movie. Both of them.
So when you go up in tier, engagement rolls will get a little boost. Acquiring assets will be easier. If you guys are ever like crafting things or doing workshop-y stuff, it's better. You have better stuff. The quality of all of your gear goes up from being crap 0 level stuff to being tier 1 stuff. Your clothes and your weapons and everything. You know, you're spending coin on all this stuff, right? You're not just losing the money on nothing. You're upgrading all of your materials, all of your assets, and your cohorts also. So like myth will go up by 1 quality rank, basically, bonus die. Essentially, if you ever get a gang or get a group of thugs or killers or adepts or something, they'll be, higher, more effective because of your tier. And individually, it will matter now because like you guys are tier 1 now. So like Lord Skurlock is a tier 3 individual, you guys will effectively become tier 1 individuals. So you'll be that much closer to tangling with him. Which for PCs, that does put you kind of in strike range. It would still be pretty dangerous to mess with him, but PCs can generally get two bumps up, like someone sets you up and then you push yourself. So at tier 1 with both of those things going for you, you can push yourself up to tier 3 kind of. So it would be still pretty dangerous, but it's starting to put you on that path. If Skurlock and then, as Jeff said last time, Satara the Demon, if those are actually targets that you want to go after someday, you're going to want your tier to advance to start tangling with those kind of targets.
Okay.
So if we're cool with that, then basically we just clear out your rep down to 0, and then you guys spend 8 coin, and we have a little montage where you get a bunch of new stuff, and everyone. That's right. Everybody tears up.
Sweet. Do we need to do anything like on our character sheets, or is it just on the crew sheet?
The crew sheet.
Yeah.
We all get 10 XP to spend wherever we want. Awesome.
That'd be great.
You do, because you got a crew advance separately, your crew XP filled up, you guys get your stash payout again. So everyone gets 1.
Sweet.
1 tick in there. Oh, actually, wait, hang on.
1 tick where?
It might be 2 stash now.
And stash.
Oh, on stash?
Yeah.
Really? You know what? Let's just err on the side of caution and go for 2.
We don't want to get it wrong.
I'm with Jeff.
Yeah.
1 stash plus 2.
I'm also with
plus
those
2
two.
for a crew tier. How about that? I'm going to be nice to you. We'll have it count right now because you're tier 1. So everyone will get
Yay.
3 stash.
Oh shit.
It's
Wait, we
just
get 3?
a night of bounty.
I'm at 7.
Yeah, from now on, because you're tier 1, you're going to get 3 every time you're a crew.
Shit.
So we're
All right.
to go stash.
I'm real excited.
Yeah.
Well, we should try in the last 10 minutes to decide who we're gonna kill. so we can properly fuck YouTube, but also so that I can wrap my head around it.
There's a couple things I could tell you that have happened on the streets, like maybe during
Why
the
don't you do that, John? Why don't you tell us the things that happen?
if you want to hear like the news.
Is this before like downtime happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys will still have downtime to do stuff if you want to.
I gotta figure out about downtime. So excited.
So I'm gonna flip us over to on Roll20 to this page.
Oh shit.
So you guys can see. There's been, let's say that the up tiering of the crew, maybe lasted a little while since Grace disappeared. The lair is nicer. The electric lights are back on. We see you guys in your no longer utterly ratty outfits. You're sporting some new duds. Your weaponry doesn't look like discarded stuff. It looks like actual like bought decent items. We can just kind of see this general improvement of the group. And during this time, the ink rakes, the local journalists and newsboys and all those types have been doing their usual thing. There's always sensationalized stories everywhere, but there's been a real kind of panic gripping the city. Crazy stories are coming out all over the place. Major disruptions here and there. And here are some of the stories that you've been seeing. Might have to zoom out a little to see the whole thing there.
Imperial Inquisitor comes to Duskwall.
Make it smaller if JP can't change it.
Whose last word is in the fucking newspaper?
Yeah.
Who is the last word?
Who's this written by, John?
Who's this written by?
Let's just go through these here. Some headlines seen cross the way. Eruvian massacre terrorizes Crow's Foot. You've heard that it's come to light that weeks ago, all of the Red Sashes, the legendary Eruvian sword school in Crow's Foot, all of them were murdered in this massacre. It's sensational. It's like Penny Dreadful Victorian kind of thing where there's like drawings in the paper of like hacked up bodies and things. That's a story that someone told about this killing, and the death bells didn't ring, and no one knows why. But could it be the work of the last word? One reporter speculates, supposedly that's their calling card, that the crows don't appear when people die.
That doesn't sound real. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that they had tabloids for newspapers, John.
That's all they are, basically.
Hashtag fake news.
They only have tabloids in Duskwall.
Hashtag alternate facts.
Someone's going to do it. God damn it.
The demons in our midst is one. That's about witnesses are coming forward with proof of demonic influence and corruption at the highest levels of the city. Lord Skurlock has been recalled to his old post as chief investigator, out of retirement, to come and look into the demon problem that surfaced. Supposedly corrupted nobles, names withheld. They're like written in the old Victorian style. It's like Lady K and Lord R are said to have been dragged off to Bellwether by the spirit wardens because they're corrupted by demonic influence. A spirit warden has been unmasked. There's more etchings in the public square in Brightstone, actually, just like down the street from where the library is, where your base is. There's a supposed spirit warden in the stockade awaiting their execution for corruption charges. And the tabloids, the papers, are just going crazy with speculation. Who could be a demon? Of course, there's anti-Tokarosi sentiments, not so subtly included in the article, about maybe those sorts of people ought not be allowed in the city. And maybe they could be the source of these kind of things. But the reporters aren't quite willing yet to come out and say those things directly. It's just kind of low-level racism in the papers right now. Imperial Inquisitor comes to Duskwall. That's related to this same story. The Emperor has dispatched the Inquisitor from Imperial City to take charge of the situation, root out the problem with the Spirit Wardens. Clearly something has gone wrong that needs to be addressed. council members in shackles refers to a corruption scandal, not demonic corruption, a political corruption scandal among the council members. 3 of the city council members, Lord Bowmore, Lord Rowan, and Lady Cleland, have been arrested for conspiracy against Lord Strangford on the council. And finally, who is the last word? There are all these speculations, these articles about several murders around the city with notes left. There's artists' reproductions of them, and a specific handwriting has been found at various scenes. And the locals have said they haven't heard the bells ring, and the crows haven't arrived. Could this be related to the Aruvian massacre? Is the speculation. And the article reads as if it's an individual, kind of like the last word is some assassin or something, like a person, because everything has the same handwriting, and they think that it's like some person's calling card or something. But it's all speculative right now. So essentially, Carolus detonated Grace's time bombs, and here they are. They've gone off. These are the ones that are in the public eye anyway. There's some others.
Just like a newspaper delivered to the library?
Well, they're street corner newsies, and that kind of thing. You could definitely, there could be a scene where there's like a discarded set of papers like lying in the old doorway of the library that you guys get every morning or something like that. They keep delivering them there even though it's closed. That'd be fine. Yeah. And if you want to, like, you asked who wrote them, and it does have bylines. It does talk about who's writing the articles, and there's a set of different journalists that are investigating these things. Investigating is a strong word. They're essentially just printing whatever people tell them, whatever people are gossiping about. They don't seem dedicated to investigation as much as they want to sell papers, so they want to print whatever is the most salacious thing they can find.
I think Carolus has been waiting for this for a while, so like the couple days it probably took for this to end up happening during the upgrading and us obtaining nice new things and stuff like that. I think there's like a sequence of scenes of Carolus with like a blanket wrapped around his waist every morning, opening the library door, looking at the newspaper, and it's like a bunch of garbage for most of the days, putting it down and being like, just not my day. And then he walks back in. But then on this day, he sees it and reads it and is like, now this is good reading. This is interesting stuff. Walks in, sets it down, reads it.
Are we?
Doesn't hide it again, though. So it's like on the table for everyone if they want to read it and stuff.
Yeah, and Marcus, you've definitely gotten this through your network as well. People are freaked out. Something has happened. Secrets have been spilled, of some like gang leaders that have disappeared or fled the city. Lots of stories of people vanishing. Weird vendettas coming out of nowhere. There's in the underworld too. There's this sense of chaos and old alliances falling apart. You haven't like dug into it yet. That's something you could do, but you're just getting this general impression through your contacts and things that people are worried. They know something has happened. And some people are speculating that Grace is involved, but she's like missing and no one knows what happened.
Right.
So that just adds confusion.
I mean, one interesting thing is that like, Salia is probably a suspect in some, or in some people. So, I don't know. Maybe at some point I would want to, talk with her. But I thought about this from a character perspective, and I think that there's a level of elation of being involved with something that has a level of notoriety, because for a spider, leverage is everything. So this is all really fantastic to me. I think this is really great, but I have a concern about how it could affect our inner circles and our information flow. So that's sort of my stance on it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think Salia is definitely. I think your instincts are strong there. People would start to wonder about her because she's at the center of a lot of that.
Right.
Cool. So that's kind of what's happened. We've gotten you guys to tier 1. Congratulations. The city is embroiled in chaos, both public and underworld. And we'll take our first break, and when we come back,
Those are level up.
we will.
The sound effects from YouTube.
When we come back, we'll find out what you guys do with this stuff, and we'll do some downtime probably. We'll be back in just a minute.